Get out the insurance cards, get out the co-pays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by DrRoto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the pain!
What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. Ooh, yeah! On another edition of the Fight Club of Pain. Ooh, yeah! Gave you a double dose, because guess what? What's up, Dan? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Other than having a little asthma attack before the show, I'm all right now.
That's good. That's good. We're cracking beers. Got this Elliott Cottville Strawberry Crunch Bar Cream Ale. Now, this sounds like a fun kind of beer. And it tastes good. It tastes exactly like those Strawberry Crunch bars that you would get, the ice cream bars. So, yes, on the Fight Club of Pain, we talk UFC, a little bit of football, and we do a little bit of beer tasting as well, too.
Because we drink a little bit of beer.
Right? It's what goes together. Like, you don't have to have a beer while you're watching the fights or talking the fights or watching football. But sometimes they help, especially your Steelers, like we were just saying a week ago.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about them.
I know you don't, but it's funny because we literally had a whole skit, and it kicked off real fast about having 5 heart attacks during Steeler games, and then your team goes and delivers one of those games.
Yeah, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't get a first down. They couldn't. The only bright spot on the whole offense was Jalen Ward. That was it.
That's it, And here's actually something I don't really do on the Fight Club of Pain. Jalen Warren is this week's
Macho Pick of the Week. Ooh, yeah.
So, yes, I am actually looking at the Steelers. I have not had a Pittsburgh Steeler as a macho pick of the week. It might be over 2 seasons. It's been a while since I've suggested anybody on that offense. Most of the time I stick to running back because with the DFS slates, it's all about pricing, and I like that nice, juicy running back in a great matchup. But man, this is like I think the first time Jalen Warren's over $6,000 too.
Nice. He's been playing great lately. He has been, but they're only playing him 40% of the snaps, which makes 0 sense.
Because they got to fit in all the dumb ass tight ends. Because you can't be out there.
They keep putting in Gainwell, and he's not doing anything.
Well, here's the thing with Gainwell. They try to use him in the passing game. It's the other way around. If you're going to start the drive with a running drive and have him sub in, give Gainwell the first carry, then maybe the second carry, bring in Warren. Warren carries over, bring in Gainwell, give him a couple carries, then switch back to Warren. That might be too fast. I know the way you guys like to actually, move it around. So, people, we will talk football. We will talk a lot of different sports on this thing. But you guys that's what you do. You need more Warren.
I completely agree.
I just don't know what's going on. Like, I do. I see it. You guys.
It's the coaching.
I'll say it's the coaching, but it's really your second receiver. You guys brought in. You guys just picked up somebody, Mecole Hardman. You just picked up Mecole Hardman.
Now we got MVS.
Yeah, you got him too. Him too. So you're bringing right? You guys got Mecole Hardman.
I didn't hear about that.
I'm crazy, bro. I am crazy. Yeah, no. He went to the Buffalo Bills. That's where he went. That's my bad, people. But it is MVS. Dan is right.
MVS.
So the thing is, I think he can play a big play with taking the whole back off. So you guys already know who I might be looking at as part of my slates if he's on the DFS slates for the Buffalo Bills, because the Buffalo Bills have given everybody a shot. Hardman is a deep threat, and I'm telling you right now, I don't see his price. I can go check his price. I will check his price at some point for the DFS part of it. But if he's on and can start in that game, then we is in it, because MVS is like tonight when you get to the Showdown Slate, I got a guy I'm taking a swing on. I don't care. I'm just going to play it this way. One lineup, bro. That's what we got to do. We got to be different. We got to beat the robots. The trains have taken over the NFL. They're trying to take over the UFC, but the Fight Club of Pain, the UFC sheriffs, are not going to let that happen.
Nope.
So everybody that's new to the Fight Club of Pain, while everybody piles in, Dan and I talk a lot of fight theory. We're going to be covering 5 fights on this show. We are going to cover the 5 fights, but we will do a rundown of the other fights leading up to that for just a few minutes. We're not doing every fight, but we will talk about a couple other fights to give you some insight on that. I also have, my bets are in. The parlay of pain is at the end of this. You'll get your DFS lineup. You'll get your optimized lineup from DFS Hero. If you haven't been over to the site at Dr. Roto, use code word WIN. Get a percentage off your subscription, and you get 20% off if you use code word DOC at DFS Hero. And we're going to give away 2 of those lineups, one for the UFC, one for the DFS side for the NFL, and you'll have one that I made up as well too. I mean, we have a full show talked out, and then Dan wants to talk about my best pound for pound list because I know you hate number 1, and I know you might dislike number 10. But
he shouldn't even be. Man, number 10, I agree, but I don't understand how JDM is way up there, and he solidified himself as welterweight champion. We'll talk about more about that later, but he should be higher on that list. Your number one guy. Your number one guy, he fights once every 18 months.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve his title shot, and I think he got lucky when he beat Max Holloway. So
there you go. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with any of that. I'm kind of going. So when I do my best pound for pound fighter list, there is some bias in some way. Not saying that I'm biased towards Topuria, but it was the fact that I put Topuria over Islam Makhachev, who we're going to talk about tonight, of course, because
and
of
my
his
and
activity.
my guy Marab.
Yes, Marab. Now I do agree that Marab does actually have the argument to be in the top 2. So here's where I'm going to look at this. Yes, Jack Della Maddalena should probably be higher than Tom. I can't see. Aspinall.
Tom 18 months Aspinall.
18 months. I think he's going to fight. We're going to see Aspinall fight 2 times within the next 12 months. Watch. I have a. You don't think so?
We ain't going to see him for another 18 months, man.
No, there's no way that eye poke takes him out for 18 months. Maybe. So we got that. So my list runs down. Let's start at 10. Carlos Ulberg. I love the Black Jag. I am doing a prediction. I'm putting him on the list because I feel next year he's going to get a title shot early in the year. Jack Della Maddalena, Tom Aspinall, Alexander Volkanovski, Alex Pereira, Khamzat Chimaev, Alexandre Pantoja, Merab Dvalishvili, Islam Makhachev, and Ilia Topuria. So here's the thing. If JDM wins this, he's catapulting. Islam's sliding down.
He got to be top 5.
Yeah, he will be. Because I'm going to feel he's had more adversity than all the other fighters. Like, Chimaev just held DDP down. Pereira practically said, I know how to beat my guy because I got in the ring with him for 5 rounds, went out and knocked him out first round. That's all cute and standard. But to actually be able to beat Belal Muhammad and Islam Makhachev back to back, and be the underdog with no shot, he definitely hits my top 5.
I agree. I completely agree with you. I'd put him at number 4.
Number 4. Yeah, you could put him over Pantoja because Pantoja is kind of just wrapping up little dudes, right? But this guy's going through generational superstars.
Yeah, but I mean, Pantoja's a stud, man. Pantoja's so good. See,
it's hard when you get to the 5.
Ilia Topuria is not in my top 5, so I'd put him at number 4.
There you go.
He's like number 12 to me.
Well, I would say Islam would be slipping out if definitely he's not going to be over JDM. So that means he would definitely. So it would be easy. It would be. Well, it'd be Topuria, Dvalishvili, Pantoja, Chimev, and JDM. That would be my top 5. So after this weekend, you can get that at Dr. Roto as part of the blogs. It's free, and you can also check out the big lead on MSN Network. There's a lot of my work on there, a lot of the other guys' work as well too. You know, we're all chipping in a lot. So there's another guy I saw that was writing UFC on there, and I was like, hey, who's this guy? So I liked his review, but he's just your normal reporter kind of guy. We're the type of people that break the fight down and try to figure out a way to get a finish so that we can make all of you more money. That is what the Fight Club of Pain is about, and that is what we were talking about, making us unique. Do you want to weigh on that for a little bit, Dan? Because I know that you were talking a lot about that.
What we were talking about yesterday.
Yes. About what we do.
I mean, I watch a lot of these guys that are out here, and I read their articles, and no one does exactly what we do. Like, no one really does the fight theory. They just kind of talk back and forth about the fight itself. Yeah. They don't talk about what these people are good at. They don't talk about their, what they're, subpar at. They don't talk about any of it.
And I think for some people, they are scared to actually just say, like what I've been doing with the minutes. I was like, last week, I was like, 3rd round, 3rd minute. Dude, I was close to the 3rd minute with that finish. I was close. I would have nailed that. Plus 600, but look, I didn't. So it was a wasted bet. But the thing is I only put 25% of a unit on that bet. You got to be smart. You can't just be like, I'm going to put $1,000 on the 3rd minute of round 1. That's a little insane. But if you got the money to throw away, if $1,000 is $10 to you, then by all means. If $1,000 is a penny to you, by all means. But I'm not that guy. I don't have that money. We try to build our bankroll at Dr. Roto through all of the sports, both NBA, NFL, starting with the MLB during the offseason with the UFC product now that we've added, and at the same time bringing in with the NHL. And and the F1. Dude, I can't believe I put together a racing lineup. What is that madness? And Danger won money with it. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. Again, all these people boo and toot their horns. It comes down to lineup construction. You just got to know lineup construction. That's it. And to know lineup construction, you got to know who to put in it. The DFS lineup, the DFS slate is hilarious because it's like they're all superstars. It's like you don't go wrong. You just take anybody. They're all over the place. Who's the soup can on the card, Dan?
Oh man, I believe it is. What's his name? Gerald Mershort. And Gerald Mershort is our number one soup can.
I will say this. I have fancied the submission GM3 bet because I know it's possible. And you might actually see that fight pop up somewhere. Might pop up somewhere. There's your clue. But not your clue. It's all for the clue out there. And everybody, we are live. We are live right now. So ask us a question and bring it on because that's what we're trying to just create the whole experience as well too. So let's get to it. Let's get to some of the earlier fights on this card. And let's start off UFC 322. Della Maddalena versus Makhachev. I had to do that a little longer because I think only the Russians guys always do that. Even when they play ping pong. Dude, during COVID, we used to bet on Russian ping pong people. And then we had 2 names. It was Vladimir and I think Sergey. I think Sergey and Vladimir. Now that's I'm not generous, but if you go to you don't even put the ping pong up anymore. But go check out some of the best ping pong players, and you're gonna be like, oh, Yeah, that's all we did. We just we was winning money watching live ping pong on our sports books because we had nothing else to do during that time of the wildness of this century of the wildness. And we're just gonna put that out there. But so that's where we kind of got it. I love the fight. Let's roll with Pat Sabatini versus Cheppy Mariscal. Are you excited to see this fight? Does it mean anything to you?
I want to see it. Like I told you yesterday, it's the first time in a long time. I think I'm going to buy this card just so I can watch it. That's how good this whole card is, top to bottom.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what the opening prelim fight that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's practically on there. I haven't checked the timing. I know it's all over the place. See, the way when I write it down, I go off of what they do, and then they just jumble shit.
Yeah, I think that's like the early prelim that they have. But I think it's going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah, because a lot of people like Pat Sabatini, Blake in the Fight Club of Pain. That was one of the first fights he brought up to me because it feels like he's looking at the Sabatini side. But man, I can't go off our boy Cheppy Mariscal. We've talked about him multiple times on this podcast. He is a dog. So I just don't think that fight I'm staying away kind of betting wise because I just feel it has a lot of potential to finish, but I think it goes the distance. I don't want to play around with it. DFS slates, if I end up following on one of those two, I might just take a discount and just take a couple $100 extra left over and try to square off of it. I know people want to jump on it, but for me, that's one of the many fights on this card that are down to the nuts.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
I can't. And I gotta really say that we gotta feel like this is like a Christmas gift early from the UFC. Uncle Dana, thank you. This card. We have said this. We've talked about it multiple times over the past few weeks. And we have said that this is one of the best cards in the last few years, and I stand on that. Dan, do you stand on that as well?
I do, man, from top to bottom. I mean, you got young guys, you got veterans, you got up and comers, you got Bo Nickel, you got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, dude, you got it. Oh man, Bo Nickel getting taken off the main card, dude. I knew I was like when I saw
people
that
someone listen to me.
They had to. They were like, you know what? Chef Dan's right. That guy's got to go down. And I think they really got scared on the whole thing, the UFC, because they're like, dude, we can't put him up there. What if he just gets punched in the face by Vieira?
Like Vieira, yeah. Like Vieira's just going to punch him in the face and he's going to fold.
Yeah.
Why would we do this?
So, I mean, we might also just talk about that fight. We got Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, Vieira's DFS price is nice, but I think Vieira can win this game or fight.
I think he will win this fight.
I'm not saying it. I am leaning towards the Nickel side again. I don't want to do this, but
when are you going to learn with Bo Nickel?
It's a wrestler versus a BJJ guy, right?
Yeah, but as soon as it goes to the ground, Bo Nickel doesn't know what to do. He just sits there.
If I will say this, if Rodolfo can keep it on the feet, which it's probably not going to happen, but if he can keep it on the feet, he can definitely fold Bo in minutes, just like RDR did.
Yeah.
This goes back to one of the biggest hits. We talk about it all the time. I do. I'm just like, yeah, woo, plus 2,600. RDR, second round knockout. Woo, woo, woo. So
that knee, man. You called exactly how he was going to do it.
And the thing is that can happen in this fight. So that's why I say DFS wise, it is for sure I'm going to have Vieira in a lineup because I can't pass up the chance of Bo Nickel folding or
yeah. Yeah, I mean, nickels aren't worth much. So
yeah, not much. Both metal wise, they don't really have a good stock, and they both change wise. Someone's probably gonna go check the stock right now. They're like, "What's nickel at right now?" Yo, heat override. It's running at 0.148, and they're gonna be like, "I'm like, what? What are you talking about?"
0.148. That's Bo Nichols' win percentage.
Oh, the Pennsylvania hero is being shot down. Another fight that is very intriguing is Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. Is this a fight that interests you at all?
Yes. I really like both the women's fights on the undercard. I like the Hill versus Klein fight too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Blanchfield versus Cortez. I think it's going to be a slugfest, man.
Yeah. And look, I'll give out this pick right now. I am taking Aaron Blanchfield. Cortez has won us money, but Blanchfield hasn't had a chance to win us money because of what happened with Macy Barber. However, I will say I've been watching Macy Barber's comeback. She's looking good, bro. She's looking good.
Macy Barber's good, man.
I know. I had no knock on her. I have no knock on her at all. It's just it was a bad situation. And as a fighter, a lot of people I hated both my parlays and my bets going, but that's where I need to say, that's where I stepped back and I said, look, as a fighter, I understand if you're not 100%, do not get in that ring. I said this about RDR. You don't get in the ring. You spoiled the main event. Great. Okay, you went, bam. Well, you know what? You quit on a stool. How about just coming right out there and saying, I am seriously not 100% and I will do a disservice to this industry if I go out there and fight. If RDR would have just did that, I think in a way he would have more respect than going out there and dominating the first round, completely gassing, and then just being a bum the rest of that fight against Brendan Allen.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
You brought up Angela Hill and Fatima Klein. We did use Angela Hill the last two times. Well, I did for the DFS slates. This is another fight that definitely could go the distance, probably should go the distance. What do you think about both fighters?
We talked about it before, man. I think Angela Hill's solid. She is the journeyman of the women's division. I mean, she's been there for so long, and she reminds me of what's that? It's the welterweight. She's like the gatekeeper for her division, basically. If you beat Angela Hill, you're in the top 10.
Jose Aldo, maybe? Like an Jose Aldo kind of person level?
No. She was never that. She was never Jose Aldo level. But
yeah.
I forget his name. I got a brain fart. So
we got it. We'll see it. Maybe we'll talk about it because we'll talk about things like that. But I agree with you. I think Fatima Klein will win this. That is my pick. I am taking Klein. However, if I see an opportunity to use Angela Hill on a DFS slate, I would recommend that. Now, I will say that over our last week, this goes with Tisha Pennington. Pennington was 13% owned on the big slate on DraftKings. On FanDuel, she was 5% owned. She went the distance, and she scored 40 points. Now, 40 points may not win the entire slate, but what 40 points does is it's safe. And at 5% owned, that's lineup construction gold. That's what the Ultra Contrarian show for the football slate is all about. And we do that. We're going to be doing that show tomorrow, right before Doc goes live with the Friday Night Lights with Willie and Swami. So that is, you might be able on a stacked card like this, you might be able to get somebody like Angela Hill at 10%, 8% owned. And if for some reason she pulls off the upset, you will get a price, your salary will all be there, and it'll allow you to get to people like we'll talk about a little later. Now, I like the fight, man. So who do you got winning anyway?
I think Klein's going to win, but I don't know. I can't bet against Angela Hill because she pulls off some crazy wins that she's not supposed to win.
Yeah. I'm crazy as hell too, and I'm probably going to go put a submission. That's what I do live. Of course, I won't be able to do that. I will actually be with you on Saturday. Well,
right, Saturday.
At 7. Yes. Yeah, we're going down to a point fighting tournament in Pittsburgh. So Dan is going to come in. He's going to chill out. I'm getting a knee shot tomorrow. So there's probably no way I'm going to be able to fight on Saturday. However, next Saturday, the champ is here. Woo! Grand champion. That's what we're doing. All right. Well, You know, another fight that a lot of people are very back and forth about is the Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon fight.
Yeah.
Now, I know you know Wellmaker. He's one of my favorite new guys. But have you had a chance to look?
I thought Haddon I thought Haddon dropped out and he's fighting Ewing now.
What? Did I miss that today? Did you just school me?
I think he's
There's no
fighting.
way.
I think he's fighting Ewing now.
As of on here on the sports book, they still have Haddon on. So that actually might. Okay, so if that actually happens, then the parlay of pain might have some problems because guess what? I do have that as part of my things. But you know what? I'm still taking Wellmaker, no matter who he fights, as long as he fights. I'm still taking Wellmaker.
I'm looking it up right now.
All right. So while he looks that up, let's move.
Yeah, Wellmaker and Haddon got canceled. He's fighting. He's fighting Ethan Ewing.
Ethan Ewing. All right. It's Wellmaker knockout. Wellmaker no distance. That's going to change the numbers. I'm still going to give out the parlay of pain. It's probably going to be different now because of the Wellmaker fight. And that means that all those bets I just made, like literally just put that in 20. I just made 32 bets on the parlay. The parlay of pain made 32 bets. That fight's on that bet. So, well, hey, thanks. I love it. That's why sometimes waiting to do this late in the week really does help us because I literally got out of work, ate, sat down, did all my stuff. I'm getting told that I've got a Colts player in my starting lineup. So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And then Dan's got my back with that. Oh, I took a nap too. So I took a nap too. Well, that changes, and the sports books are not caught up with that. I'm going to check over to DraftKings real quick because DraftKings seems to move a little faster than FanDuel. I mean, I didn't know, and I'm sitting here literally doing the whole fight while it's going on, and the sport books haven't even caught this up yet. So that to me right there just gives it everything we need. So I'm looking right now. Let's see if they got it. And hold please. Oh, they took it off. Yeah, they took it off. It's done. It's done. They don't even have it up. So they're catching on right now. FanDuel, catch up, bro. Catch up. That's going to become a voided bet anyway. So I'm still going to recommend. What's that?
And him fighting Ewing is coming straight from the UFC website. So.
Mm-hmm. Nope. So there we go. No, I totally agree with you, bro. It's just something I didn't have time to go look over. So when I got up, I only had to make the parlay of pain. I just went straight to the Facebook or FanDuel, and that was the first thing I saw. So, wow, that's awesome. That's fun. That makes it even easier. Woo-wee. You know what that means? That means that they're going to screw up the DFS lineups because now Wellmaker is going to be is more likely going to win even more now because the Haddon was actually a great matchup for him. Yeah. And I'm gonna go look right now because if he's still on that, yep, they actually on DraftKings already has it. It says take Haddon out. But here's the thing, Wellmaker is 8,400. So what I'm bringing this up for is Wellmaker's no more longer 8,400. Wellmaker should be now 87 to 9,000. So now Wellmaker's probably going to be in 60 to 70% of the lineups because of that. So you guys are all going to have to look at that because you got Sabatini's right below there. And then, of course, the 8,200 and 8,000 fight is Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. So, yeah, that's awesome. I wasn't going to roll Haddon anyway, so I was good on that end. And Haddon was 7,800. So it wasn't like it was flipped around, but it ended up working out for him. The only thing the DFS slates can do now is try to cancel it like they did that one time and try to reprice. Because that fight's going to, I'm telling you, Malcolm Wellmaker is going to knock him out. And he's probably going to knock him out in the first round.
I agree with you. I'd take Wellmaker in that fight all day.
Yeah, all day now. It's that, and like I said, I wouldn't even be surprised to see, like, now that I know that, Wallmaker's probably in 100% of my lineups. But, and again, he probably is going to be in 100% of my lineups anyway. Because you know I love the shit out of that guy.
Yeah. You like him almost as much as you like Juice Box, man.
Oh, my God. Juice Box. I love Julius Juice Box Walker. Julius Juice Box Walker, if you're out there, get on the Fight Club of Pain. I can't wait to have you. I want to interview you, man. I watch his Instagram, man, and he's just always having fun. He's training hard. I think he's got a fight coming up. I think he's trying to fight before the end of the year. I think he mentioned something about December, the December card. So maybe he gets on it. I think he deserves it.
I mean, I like him. I think he's a good fighter.
Dude, for a second, did you go back and did you watch the Josh Hockett rap? Did you watch that rap? You didn't? Oh, dude.
No, I didn't get a chance.
Dude, so like he literally after he was done knocking dude out, he got up and they went to interview him, and then he's just busting a rap. Dude, he put out like 50 bars. I thought it was over. He just kept going. And it was he was talking shit on Brazil. And I was like, why is he talking shit on Brazil? Yeah, well, he has so he's beaten 2 Brazilians. And then he called out Walter Walker, dude. He called out Walter Walker.
I did see that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, my. I would love to see Hockett versus Walker. They're probably going to give us that on. Like, I would do that as a main event. Hell, that's going to be a fight that's going to be over. It's going to be Hockett rushing and slamming. And then
hook.
Yeah. If he misses, he's on the ground. It's a heel hook.
Heel hook.
But it's funny because we need this fight to happen because Walter Walker literally had the internet moment of the year with Chocolate Pepper Pig. Yeah. And now we got this guy calling him out. He was calling out Hamdy. And we got this big, beefy battle about to happen. Except Walker's just a big-ass cut dude now. He looks good.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. There's so many fights on this. The Gregory Rodriguez, Roman Kopylov fight. This is the first time I get to watch Kopylov live. So that's going to
be... yeah. You haven't seen him?
Yeah. He hasn't fought yet. So I think he was supposed to fight earlier.
Yeah.
He got pulled. So I haven't seen him.
He's good, man.
That's another fight that makes this really hard because I love Gregory Rodriguez, but I did watch him get smoked by Cannonier, and then I watched his comeback and I won money on both those fights, so I'm gonna be All right. Let's look at it. There's a lot to talk about. Let's get to the main card. We're gonna start off with Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. Dan, talk about it.
All right, Benoit Saint Denis. He's a brawling wrestler that has knockout power. The wrestling should be pretty even in this fight, so BSD will have to use his unorthodox stand-up style. He'll use his speed advantage and volume to try to get into the aging Dariush. Dariush, he's a former BJJ no-gi world champion that's only been submitted once in 30 MMA fights. He's visibly slowing with age in every fight. He gets slower and slower, but he continues to be a polished technical striker. He uses his jab well, and he has a nasty counter right hand. It's nasty. The last time he faced someone similar to BSD, Dariush beat the brakes off him for 3 rounds and got a decision. So,
I love it.
This one's up in the air for me.
It is hard because Benoit Saint Denis comes in. He's on fire. He's definitely in it. I do want to bring up for a quick second that, next to our burrito bandit, Kelvin Gastelum, Angelo on We Want Picks calling Benoit Saint Denis Sling Blade is the funniest shit. Every time I see him, I just see Billy Bob Thornton up in that shit with a beard.
He does look like Sling Blade. He does.
He look like Sling Blade. I'm just like, dude, this is so not right. It's just like that. It's got the under overlip. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this man doing?
He looks like him. He looks like French fried taters.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh my- Only on the Fight Club of Pain will you. I mean, other than we want picks, because I know Angelo has gone into a few rants about the sling blade thing, but it's still the burrito bandit is still our knight in tortilla shell,
Yes,
if we can say.
and tortilla armor. Yes.
Oh, oh man, what a good time. But yes, as I went through this fight, we'll hit some of the numbers. Distance, no, negative 260. Knockout, negative 110. Sub, plus 320. They are respecting on FanDuel all that both of these fighters can do anything, right? But when we get over to the Benoit Saint Denis side, money line distance, yes, is a plus 393 when you parlay that together. I do like the decision no bet because if you do the money line and the distance, yes, and get the plus 393, you do the decision no bet, throw a unit on that, right? You got everything you need for BST covered. You're good. So if he gets the finish, you get the win. Now, I do like his knockout first and second round. I will say this. I took Dariush over Makhachev. All right. So I love our silver-haired hero. Looks like he could be the lead what is it, model for GQ magazine that highlights people over 50 with his beautiful sand-colored salt and pepper hair. Dariush, you're a beautiful man. So, but we got knockout and sub negative 118. But I really love the second and third round sub with Benoit Saint Denis at plus 1300. That is a really nice third. Over on the Dariush side, second and third round knockout. I think this fight does not end early. I think these guys are going to grind. I'm going to give him his second, third round knockout plus 1200. Money line distance, yes, plus 422. Decision, no bet, plus 196. Knockout in points, plus 240. I think that. What do you think about this fight? Do you think it goes the distance?
I don't. I don't think it goes the distance.
Who do you have winning?
See me. Dariush is a notoriously slow starter. He likes to feel out his opponent. Saint Denis, on the other hand, is a very fast starting fighter. Dariush has been hit and hurt in his last 3 fights. I don't think he has the chin anymore. I think BSD gets it done by second round TKO.
Second round TKO. I love it. We're going to hit that too. That'll also cover the first and second round knockout plus 200. We're going to get all of you right now the second round knockout for Saint Denis. And that is going to be, where are they hiding it at? There it is. Plus 650. I love it. I'm going to mark you down for Don second. And for me, I agree with you. I'm going with Benoit Saint Denis. You practically just described Moicano, but in a faster, stronger, on a streak version in BSD. So if Dariush starts out slow, exactly what you were talking about, there is a chance there is a first round finish. I don't think it happens, but do you think that there is a chance? Do you think there is a chance for a first round? I'll ask you that.
I mean, Dariush is really durable, but his later fights, he gets when he gets tagged, he gets hurt, and I don't think he's ever been finished in the first round, and I don't think that's going to change. So.
Yep. All right, we got it. You got it. You going at that? If you definitely wanted to look at it and say BSD wins and the second round to start. That way, even if it goes distance, he wins. You win that bet as well, too. Those are some of the bets that I actually exploited last time. I exploited that last week with what fight was it? It was the it was Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos, because that was one of my biggest subs. I had the sub plus 1200 on Daniel Marcos, even though the knockout in points was part of the parlay of pain. I had the sub and I had Marcos to win, second round to start. That was a nice return as well too. So there's some really nice things. Just gotta watch the wording. Sometimes they word it right, or wrong and you don't understand it, you'll be throwing your money away. But I definitely love that play, and I agree with it. All right, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to the next match. Let's get to Leon Edwards versus the Fighting Nerds, Carlos Prates. Dan, talk about it.
All right, I'm going to start off with the ex-champ here. He's coming off his first 2-fight losing streak, and he got choked out pretty bad by Sean Brady. He has championship experience and a well-rounded arsenal. His signature is his ability to control range with his footwork, and he uses that slick, varied striking combinations. Look for Edwards to manage distance with precise combinations and body kicks and try to frustrate Prates with his high fight IQ. Prates, he's 5-1 in his last 6, and all 5 wins were by knockout. He's aggressive, fearsome, and dynamic at striking. He has knockout power in both hands, and it only takes one shot.
Yep.
If he could stuff the clinch attempts and keep the fight in open space, it's going to be a long night for Leon Edwards.
I love the way you said that open space part, because I could see Leon Edwards trying to cage push and try to limit that, but Prates is good with his knees in close too. But I think Prates' best game is to keep this striking. I will say the crisper of the two is Edwards when it comes to striking. So if you're looking at significant strikes, I could see leaning towards or taking a chance on the Edwards side. But I mean, you got it right with Prates. This distance, the sport books are a little confused on this one because they think that Edwards is going to go the distance. And both fighters have really bad sub lines, which means that they're both around plus 3,000 or more. So sometimes that's something to look at. I don't think Prates is going for that. Prates loves a knockout, as you were already talking about. The decision distance, no, is a negative 116. Knockout plus 100. Better get it now, because that is what I'm taking. Sub plus 1,400. Sometimes you just got to be safe and just take the plus sub 1,400, put a half unit down, and that way if something freaky happens, at least you got some of that money back. Under 2.5 rounds, I love plus 112. I don't think this goes 2.5 rounds. So that being said, knockout round 1 and 2 for Prates.
It's a 3-round fight.
Yeah, that's why I say the 2.5 rounds. That's like giving you. That's another positive. So you got knockout plus 100, got knockout or under 2.5 plus 112. Sorry about that, people. Decision no bet on the Prates side, negative 330. Money line distance no, parlays together for a plus 134. Love it. I'll play that all day long. Knockout, the knockout for second and third round is plus 330. But here we go. The 3rd minute of round 2 for Carlos Prates to win is a plus 2,200. If we could just get this fight to the 3rd minute, we're under 2.5 rounds, and we got a plus 2,200 on them. I'm throwing a quarter of a unit on it. I'm going to round out with Leon real quick. Money line distance, yes, because I think if this goes the distance, that's Leon's best chance. Plus 244. Knockout second, third round, I don't think he's knocking him out. Is a plus 1,200. Decision no bet, plus 235. I like that. I think that's the safest bet on the Leon side, other than his knockout and points, plus 165. What do you hear from that, and who do you have winning?
I hear that everyone thinks Prates is going to win. And,
yeah,
that's the way it sounds. But who I got winning? Leon Edwards has looked really bad his last 2 fights. He's looked slow, and he looks like a shell of his former self. I got Prates winning by 3rd round knockout.
Woo-wee. Dude, that's going to be nasty. 3rd round knockout is a plus 850. That's crazy. That's why I threw that second and third in there at plus 233. Look, if you 25% all of that, you're going to have your way to explode it. But I'm telling you right now, if somehow in the way you're lost in all the sauce, of course, there's a subs-only Discord at Dr. Roto. You got to join. You would go where win. That'll get you a percentage off your subscription. But look, I love that right there. And third minute, and if we just go to the third minute of any round for Carlos Prates winning minute third round. So we got the third round knockout. So I will say third minute of any round is a plus 800. If you want to throw that on there, that'll go with the other bet. And then that way, whatever hits. But I feel that this fight is going to win. And you feel the same way too. Man, it's crazy, dude. That's one of those fights that was hard, though, because I did like Edwards. You took Brady.
I'm a fan. I did take Brady.
You did. And we'll get to him soon enough. We will. Actually, let's get right to it. Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. Dan, talk about it.
All right, we got the ultimate wrestler versus boxer match right here, man. Morales, he's a perfect 6-0 in the UFC, and he's coming off back-to-back first-round knockout wins. I mean, his last two fights, he's looked phenomenal. He's young, strong, and fast. His hand speed is what could win him this fight. He's an amazing counter-puncher with precision. So when he moves out of the way, he hits you with precision. He doesn't have to hit you full force because it's a perfect punch. He has KO power in both hands, and he'll work well. His KO power is going to work extremely well with his 7-inch reach advantage.
Yeah.
Brady, man, he's 8-1 in the UFC, and his only loss came to Bilal Muhammad. He's coming off that huge submission win over Leon Edwards. He's probably the best BJJ guy in the welterweight division. He's extremely technical in switching his positions, and his scrambles are some of the best in the UFC.
Yeah.
He improved his striking, but relies on his overhand right way too much. He also has a granite chin, and he's hard to knock down.
Yeah, it is. They got distance. They got this fight. They were scared on this one. They had the distance, yes, in the negatives, of course, because the distance no is a plus 104, knockouts plus 210, sub is plus 400. They really got into this fight right here, and I'll just throw in the numbers real quick, and then I'll get into talking about Michael Morales. Knockout for Morales, knockout first and second round knockout plus 500, second and third is a plus 800. Round one knockout for Morales, 850. That's something I'm playing. I know that Sean Brady has a granite chin. Dan is not wrong by that, but I know Morales wants another first round knockout, and I know that he doesn't want this to go to distance, so he's probably going to expend a lot of his energy, which does help Brady. We'll get to his lines in a few seconds because you'll see how I'm lining this up, which does help the Brady side. So the first round knockout plus 850. Knockout in points for Morales is a plus 120. Decision no bet plus 108. I love it. So if you don't want to play any of that, just play decision no bet with Morales. If it goes to the cards, it don't matter who win or lose. You get your money back. And so third minute of any round for Morales is plus 1,300. I feel that there's going to be a couple attempts made. Morales, if he defends them, will be able to put up. That will delay the first round. That gives you a chance at any of the rounds to get that plus 1,300 as well, too. I love the Morales side. Also, the under 2.5 is a plus 124. Let's hit that Brady side. Sub 1-2 plus 900. As I said, if he gets a hold of Morales, like Dan always says, could be drugged into deep waters, and he could suffer his first UFC loss to Brady. Brady sub plus points is a negative 105. FanDuel thinks that's happening. Knockout and sub is plus 250. Money line and distance no is a plus 220 as well as the decision no bet negative 138. I feel that Morales may have to blow his load early in this fight, even if he can go the distance, because I think the second to third round, Sean Brady he's going to run into is somebody he does not want to run into if he makes it to those rounds. What do you feel about that?
I completely agree with what you said, man. I think Brady is the more polished fighter, and I think Brady has fought the better competition in the UFC so far.
Yeah,
so, I mean, we'll see what Morales has. I've never seen him pass the first round.
Yeah.
I've never seen him defend a takedown. I've never seen him get taken down. So I don't know what his BJJ is like. And it's
Yeah.
going to happen. It's going to happen when you fight Brady.
Exactly. Now Morales is got some decorations as a wrestler with some grappling. So he does have that, but that's not who he is in the UFC. That's not who he is right now. He's a knockout artist right now. He's practically well maker. I love both of these guys. And for me, they're practically, yeah, they're of course they're two of the unbeaten guys on this card. So when I'm sitting back and looking at this is again, this could be a UFC fight night main event that we would all tune in to watch. And we're getting that as part of the main card of a super event for UFC 322. I mean,
Bro, give it 2 years. This could be a title fight in 2 years.
this could be where Morales goes back to the chopping block, maybe takes on some, gets back into a little bit of the wrestling because Brady dominates him, goes the distance, and gets that win on the judge card. And then he comes back. Of course, he'll get like a knockout in that time or 2 knockouts in that time, show that he's still good. And then next thing you know, boom, they're back at it, and the winner could be fighting for the championship. That is a possibility, man. I mean, this is welterweight at its best, bro.
Oh, the welterweight division is so stacked. So stacked.
We talked so much about that last week, just noticing all that going down and seeing it. It's like pure butter, man. Who do you got winning?
All right. Like I said, I think Brady has fought the better competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he takes Morales into deep water, like I always say. And I got Brady by decision.
Got it. And you got that parlay already, people. You got it. Brady, money line, distance. Well, I actually gave you the distance. No, that was it. Yeah, I gave you the distance no on that. So I would, like, you could take the sub -105 and points. That also works, but we're going to go Brady. Dan's got Brady winning, and we got distance, which is a +136, equals a +164. It's free money. It's free money. Run it back. You want to be safe and just play the Brady side because Brady is, of course, like Dan said, the more polished fighter. You can play the distance no bet, -138. Run Dan's parlay, and you're covered all over the source of that. I'm putting that bet in right now. That's what we do. All right. Because the Showdown Slate starts in about 21 minutes, I will give out the NFL DFS before we get into the co-main event and the main event. So for me, this is my lineup. I'm going A.D. Mitchell as the captain, Drake May, Travion Henderson, Brees Hall, Patriots defense, Mac Hollins. That's my lineup on DK. Now, if we get over to DFS here, again, 20% using the code word DOC, we'll get you a percentage. We will get you that lineup as well as soon as it loads, which it has loaded, and it is simulating right now. So this is your simulated lineup. Let's see how close I'm in. May is your captain. Henry, Williams, Taylor, Diggs, Henderson. I do like that lineup too. I actually like that lineup. That's wild. But man, the Patriots are trying to show the Bills that they ain't the top of the division anymore. Josh Allen looks like a chump every week, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it. So there you go, football people. Go put those lineups in. All right, let's get to what could possibly be one of the greatest female matches of all time. I say that light and with heavy heart. The champion, Valentina Shevchenko, versus the former champion moved up, Zhang Weili. Dan, talk about it.
And Weili Zhang, she's 10-2 in the UFC, and she's a 2-time strawweight champion. She's making the jump up a weight class, and she's trying to go after that, second title. It's going to be a pretty close in the clinch because she's moving up the weight, and everybody knows Shevchenko is an animal when it comes to clinching. She's very strong, but we have yet to see her cardio moving up.
Yeah.
She packs power in her punches, and she can throw with the best of them. She has some of the best boxing in the women's division. Shevchenko, what can I say? She's the UFC women's flyweight GOAT. She really is. She's 14-3 in the UFC with a fluke loss to Amanda Grasso, and her only other losses were to the greatest women's fighter ever, Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
That's it. She's only lost to Amanda Nunes and a fluke to Grasso. She has zero weakness. She has zero weaknesses inside the octagon. She has 8 KO wins and 7 submission wins. So she mixes up her game plan for everyone she faces. Watch out for her high head kick because Zhang is susceptible to them. She got knocked out by a head kick before for her title. And her question mark kicks are some of the best in the business. What can I say? She's the GOAT, man.
She is. She is every part of amazing that amazing could be. She dances around like a ballerina. She is flawless. She is smooth. She is amazing. She is the best, as you said. 100%. 100%. Zhang, or I'll just say Weili, what I like about her is her tight body. Like how where Shevchenko has this nice let's say soccer girl body where she has this thin body but this nicely formed arms, and she has this kind of length with her. She knows how to use it. Whereas Weili is she's smushed and pushed together. She's just so strong inside. So I do want to see that adding the extra muscle, adding the extra weight, how that will translate for her.
Yeah.
You brought up the cardio thing. I think that adding muscle that fast could present a problem. When I was point fighting and I started actually getting bigger and badder before I started getting lighter, it was one of those things that I was do I go buff and have less movement, or do I go lighter and be faster? And for point fighting, you need speed. But for that moment when I was getting bigger and all that, it was harder for me to move. So, and then my stamina had to follow afterwards. Do you experience that in boxing?
I mean, every weight class I fought in, yeah. Every time I jumped a weight class up, I mean, the older you get, you have to jump a weight class because I mean, it's just your body can't handle weight cuts. But the best thing about boxing, it's every 3 pounds. So there's a weight class every 3 pounds.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's 3 pounds isn't a big difference in every weight class. And I mean, when I started, I used to cut to 145 pounds.
Yeah.
But I mean, it takes a toll on you. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and that's the thing is I noticed when I would get big, like I said, I would notice that I had to train my body to get used to that. Cheers. Here's the tangerine beer. Right there. Yeah,
Nice.
buddy. It's got a weird dude face on it. It tastes really good. I taste the tangerine. This is a good beer. It's a wheat ale. We got a wheat ale. So I'll get back into that. So I do worry about that with Weili. I think that, and I feel that Shevchenko should be able to handle it. This fight's going the distance. So we'll run through the numbers real quick. Distance, yes, negative 220, knockout plus 360, sub plus 480. They think it's going the distance. That's how you can make money if it doesn't go under. Sub plus points on the Weili side, which is I think where the Weili side would be, is plus 145. I thought that was really strange they had that low. Win, round 5 to start. Remember I was talking about that? So all round 5 just has to start. There could be a finish in round 5, or there could be distance, and then the judge score plus 185. Also, sub, I feel that the sub, if any finishing happens in this fight, and maybe I'm wrong, so I'll probably have the other bets, and those will go in the subs only Discord or Dr. Roto. Third, fourth, and fifth round sub for Wheelie is plus 1,900. Knockout, third, fourth, fifth round, plus 1,400. Money line distance, yes, is a plus 185. Why I bring that up is this goes to anything, and this will go with the next fight. When you move up and you are facing that weight class's badass, sometimes it helps a little to just knock them out. So that is Wheelie's side. I'm going to throw in the Shevchenko side, and we're going to talk about this fight. Moneyline distance, yes, plus 137. Both are in the positive to go distance. Just play both. If you don't want to play anything else, play both of those. Play the both decision, no bets. I'll tell you how to play that in the Subs-Only Discord, and you're going to make money from this fight. But I will tell you this. Third and fourth round, fifth round sub from Shevchenko was plus 2,000. Third and fourth, fifth round knockout plus 1,800. Knockout, which I think Shevchenko has, you brought this up, with the head kick. That's why I love you, Dan. I love the shit out of you. Knockout in sub is plus 250. Money line distance, no. Just in case you want to get it, or no. Knockout in sub is plus 440. I got messed up on my little area. Knockout in points is plus 100. And on DraftKings or FanDuel, Shevchenko knockout, Wheelie sub is a plus 430. I love those little bets. And who you got winning?
I can't go against it, man. And still, Shevchenko by decision.
Shevchenko by decision. Dan, you got it. You're probably right. I told you prior to this podcast that I like Wheelie. I've been looking at Wheelie and now talking with you, and this is why I love what we do. That I am going to take Shevchenko also.
Right.
I was going to take Wheelie because of that move up, and of course, like how dominant she was and how gritty, how like Aaron Blanchfield she is, right?
Yeah.
That chip on your shoulder. But I think sometimes you have a generational superstar. They literally just showed the picture of Shevchenko's belt room, and she literally has a belt missing.
She's the only person in the UFC with 8 rubies on her belt.
Mm-hmm. People, that is generational. That is like Michael Jordan type shit. People don't give the UFC fighters enough credit. The only people that do are the UFC fans like yourself and many new fans like myself that actually get to witness this greatness. I missed George St. Pierre. I missed that. And that's bullshit. But here I am. I'm sending you bets from. Go on.
You missed my favorite female fighter of all time, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, man. Yeah, you missed her fighting too. I sent you the fight of her and Weili the other day.
Yeah. And here I am sending you freaking knockout and subs with Jorge Masvidal because I knew about Masvidal, of course, because there was just something going on. Just like he was just there. He was all over the place. So I was like, okay, like I saw that. That was, of course, 2019. And that's where it was like I started actually like, oh, I could bet on this. This is a big fight. What's this? Knockout. I'm going to play that. And then I didn't really stick to it. But I should have. But, of course, COVID and everything kind of happened after that. But to me, I missed some of the great ones. Even John Jones. I've not seen John Jones fight at a live event.
You missed Robbie Lawler's prime. You missed the war with Rory McDonald that he had.
I see.
Dude, if you go back, that is the best fight I've ever seen in my life.
You've said that, and the highlights of Robbie Lawler are amazing. I will not ever take anything from him because everything I've seen from him, it's just crazy. I'm just talking about a guy that was just straight blood all over his body. And he is still beating on a dude getting the win. Like, whew. And it sucks. It just shows sometimes where life takes you and then the roads. And so that this road right here, combined with the point fighting and everything that we do now, it's just so natural. It's so fun. it's great to, I didn't have anything to do on Saturdays. I'm not the college guy at Dr. Roto. Yeah, I got college football on sometimes, but really for me, college being an NFL guy, seasonal guy, DFS guy, I'm just the draft guy. And we did a draft podcast. And
Yes.
that to me, yeah,
I was on it with you.
Yes, you were. We've actually played some plays. I really think Jalen Walker's been in there. He's doing well, but he's been under radar. So it's going to be hard to see with the defensive player of the year. But Donovan Iziraku is starting to get more play in Dallas. So,
Yeah.
and Dallas just geared up, got Quinnen Williams now down low. So there's some help on the Dallas, and they're getting DeMarvion Overshawn, the guy who got their pretty much young linebacker got hurt last year. 87 tackles, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. That fumble was recovered by him and an interception. You're adding that back to the linebacking core for the Dallas Cowboys. So they're getting healthy at the right time. Not that I care about Dallas, but that's where plays like that, and it's just great. This whole season, this whole run.
And this coming year, we'll be at the draft, man. You're
Yes.
coming. You're still coming in, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely coming to the draft. If we could get our faces in that place, we got to do it, man. I'll take off the next day.
Yeah, I'll go Thursday and Friday. I'll go day 1 and 2.
Day 1 and day 2. Hopefully it doesn't rain either one of those days. But day 1 is the action that we definitely need to get at that. Hey, people, get over to Dr. Roto. Make this happen. Let's follow, share Dr. Roto on the YouTube, on Facebook, on the X. Also, catch Dr. Roto live on Sirius XM on Saturdays from 7 to 10 a.m. in the morning. He gives out his Roto Visionary plays. He has multiple guests on from 1 week season and from DFS Hero. He has Trevor on a lot as well, too, a lot of our DFS experts. So you definitely want to get over to Dr. Roto, one of the most likable people on Sirius XM and one of the best minds. So he provides his format for us and for everybody. But also, I got to say, Sirius XM, it's time to get some UFC on there, bruh. Let's get some UFC. Because why would you want to miss out on a match like we're about to talk about? In this corner, we have the welterweight champion, Della Maddalena. In this quarter, we have the lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev. Former, moving up to take his throne across the gods of the galaxies. Dan, defend your fighter.
All right, man. You gave me Islam Makhachev. He's 27-1 in his MMA career. He defended his lightweight title 4 times and has wins over Moicano, Poirier, Volk twice, Oliveira, Dan Hooker, and my man King Bobby Green. Now he's looking to move up and be a 2-division champ. Makhachev is a suffocating grappler that excels in denying people space. He constantly pressures and times his entries for clinches perfectly. Expect Islam to push to the cage, mix in strikes, and work for takedowns endlessly. This Dagestani is a former champ for a reason, and we're going to find out why he's going to be champ again on Saturday.
Ooh, yeah. We got this guy over here, the champion, the guy that nobody cares about, Della Maddalena. Hold on, check it. Birthright, Giacomo Della Maddalena. 18-2. He's from Perth, Australia. Perth. So many different wrestling events and UFC events, but nothing more glorious than the welterweight champion himself right now. He's from scrappy MMA. With those 18 wins, he has 12 knockouts. He's got 2 subs. He's got 4 decisions. He don't like to go the distance, but guess what? This man does go the distance. That's how he got Belal. We almost forgot about the name Muhammad. But man, he's got a match coming up for him. With an 18-win streak going on right now, he started out as a rugby player at the age of 6 to 12. He played, and from there, his brother inspired him to get into the MMA, which led him down this road crooked nose and all, left eyes and weird noses. My guy's going to try to defend. Makhachev may have a better takedown than Belal. But one thing JDM has that a lot of other people have is gut, will, hardworking, desire, and true championism. JDM is going to go into this match with the world against him. He's been there. He's done that. And I hope he does it one more time. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. This is we talked about this for the last
Yes,
3
we did.
weeks.
3 weeks.
I love this fight. Two of my favorite fighters right now, and my favorite fighter right now is JDM.
Yeah.
He is boxing personified. Look at even if you look at his face, you don't know he's a fighter. You see his face, that man can fight.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you say. That man can fight.
He does. He's not scared. He shows that he's ready to stand in the middle of the ring and bang.
He has the best boxing and hands in the UFC. I'll say it. He's better than Ilia Topuria. He can box better than Ilia Topuria. He's crisp. His footwork, the way he slides in and out. He moves more like a boxer than he does an MMA fighter.
That's 100% fact, Dan. That's fact. You got something to say about Makhachev before we get back into it?
That he is Khabib 2.0.
Yeah.
And everybody knows Khabib. All he wanted to do was smash people.
Smash.
Yeah, he just wanted to smash people. He's the type of guy that takes you down, beats you up, and talks to Dana White while he's beating you up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, that he does.
Yeah, he'll turn his head, talk to Dana White, and then continue to beat you up while holding you down.
That's the Max Holloway type shit, bro.
Yeah, he is smothering. These Dagestani guys, man, they will smother you. But the best thing about JDM, he knows how to get up.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
He proved that against Bilal Muhammad. He gets taken down. His scrambles are good, and I think he is. I think he's good enough to get up against Makhachev. And look what the smaller Volk did to Makhachev, and now JDM is training with Volk and Volk's trainers for this fight.
See, that right there just shows what and why the Fight Club of Pain is crazy as hell. Because what you're saying right there and what you're bringing out right there. Now, I've listened to a few of these things, and one person is in particular is worried about JDM getting up because of the transition and how aggressive Islam is with his submissions, and how that'll be during that transition is right when Makhachev will probably jump. So I feel that that's it, but I still feel that bringing up Volk was a good thing because the size difference isn't there anymore. He's got to take on a man his size. And possibly bigger man. Yes, he is a bigger man. Do you think that that's going to pose a problem in some way? Or you think the takedown and what makes Makhachev perfect on his takedown is that hip turn, because that's what the greats have. They just don't go in and go, right? Yeah. They grab, they rip, they dump, and they turn.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling and sambo are two different things. That's what those Dagestani guys do. They do sambo, and sambo is just a more violent version of wrestling. That's all. There's more violence in it, and that's what those guys are good at. They start doing it before they can walk.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about this. Like I say this all the time. The people who get trained more, and this comes from a Jet Li. You know, when he was one of his older interviews, he talked about growing up and how when him, and then this also goes for Jackie Chan. Yes, here goes some stuff for you. How they had to choose either dance or kung fu, and then Jet Li from there, went on to be a wushu champion, and Jackie Chan is possibly probably the best kung fu martial artist of all time, film-wise. Now, I know that people out there, if I hurt anybody's feelings about Bruce Lee, just go do the math. Bruce was amazing. I want to love Jet, but the sheer fact of volume and the preciseness, the fact that Jackie Chan did all of his stunts through all of these movies, had likable movies leading up to that. The Rumble in the Bronx brought Chan back.
Yeah.
The Rush Hour series defined Jackie Chan. I will take that. The Legend of the Drunken Master is one of the best Mandarin films you will ever watch, but my favorite of all time is Fist of Legend, Jet Li. But this is what I'm saying. I bring this up is because the Dagestani fighters are brought up that same way. They're brought up with that. They're brought up in a tougher environment. And that's no disrespect to JDM running out of Perth. But I mean, he was just boxing kangaroos, where this guy was wrestling out, right?
He was wrestling bears while JDM's boxing kangaroos.
Yeah, man, you got polar bears, you got not there's so much polar bears, but yeah, you got all this continental gritness going on between these two. This isn't some showboat American that's going to go in there and get knocked out trying to live the good days of Apollo Creed in Rocky 3. By the way, much love to you, brother. We love you. And Carl Weathers, that is. And at the same time, I think, yeah, got that. No, I was wrong on that. It was Rocky 4. Such an idiot. What the hell am I talking about?
He died in Rocky 4, yeah.
Yeah. I just was so in my mind, I was rolling in there. So every once in a while.
He trained Rocky in Rocky 3, though, so you were kind of right.
Yes, he did. I mean, I know. Rocky's franchises literally have some of the best one-liners right there. They're like, even going back to the first one, he's like, all right, Rock. Mickey, all right, Rock. You got this chicken. You got to take this chicken. You got to catch the chicken. I was like, what is he doing? And then the best thing from the Rockies is the father dude. When he goes, Father! And he's yelling up to the window. Yeah. And he's like, Father, hey! And he goes, Rocky! What are you doing? He goes, God, you blessed. And he goes, okay. Whatever he says, I'm sorry, I'm just saying some wild shit on this podcast. But at the same time, dude, that's some inspiring shit. He looks over and he goes, I love it when he does that shit. But I'm going to tell you, one of the baddest mother effing comments I ever saw, I ever heard, and this was performed by a boxer, Tommy Gunn, when he knocked down Paulie and Rocky, a.k.a. Sylvester Stallone, goes, well, you knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down? Woo! I bet nobody thought that was coming today. I don't even know what my
that was Rocky 5. That was Rocky 5.
That was Rocky 5, dude. And by the way, Rocky 4, he was practically when he fought, dude, he was in Russia doing some Dagestani ass shit. He was running up icy ass mountains with railroad tracks on his back. These guys are just strong. So now that we've literally dive-tailed it, whoop. Let me throw these numbers at you. We'll get to some picks and then get to the stuff, man. Good times. Distance, no, -160. Knockout, +240. Sub, +180. On the Islam side, knockout, second, third, and fourth round, +1400. Love the number on that. His sub, first, second, third round, +290. I think he's going to try to jump him. Just like I said with Weili Zhang, if you're going to make a statement, Makhachev is a statement dude. You make a statement by defeating the champ convincingly. You don't let this shit go to freaking cards and let those weirdos mess around with all of our hearts. You end it and you cement your legacy, King. So we're going to go decision no bet, negative 270. Knockout in points for Makhachev, just in case. It's plus 130. Knockout sub, love it, plus 120. Money line in points is plus 116 on the Makhachev side. But listen to this. 3rd minute, round 1 win by Makhachev, plus 2,000. I don't think JDM can go down like that. But when you're facing a force practically like Darth Vader coming into your division, what did Darth Vader do when he wrecked Obi-Wan in episode 4 in front of Luke? Wrecked him, right? Then he wrecks him. Yeah, Dan's a Star Trek guy. Then Vader wrecks Luke in 4 and then succumbs in the end. The problem is right now we're in stage 1 with Vader. We're in stage 1. And unfortunately, Islam Makhachev is Vader. And we're going to go over to the Obi-Wan of this fight. 2nd, 3rd, 4th round knockout, plus 850. Knockout in points, plus 220. I say points for a reason, because this is a fight that could go to distance. As we saw with Belal Muhammad, Della Maddalena can take him the distance. Moneyline distance no is negative 160. I love his decision no bet, because if it does go to decision, get your money back. You don't, plus 200. But I got a little thing. Round 1 knockout by Maddalena is only plus 370. I was like, why is that so low? That's so crazy. So winning in the first 3 minutes for Maddalena is a plus 2,500. Plus 2,500. So if he can knock him out, that would be probably his best. Both knockouts, 2nd minute of round 1. That means both fighters. This is a special on FanDuel. Both fighters get a knockout in the 2nd minute of round 1 is a plus 2,500. I'm going to bring this up too. 1 plus 1 knockdown in this fight period is a negative 120. Somebody's hitting the canvas. Somebody's going to hit the canvas at some point. That knockdown at negative 120 is easily a 2-3 bet prop. Now, we got JDM points, and we got Makhachev submission, plus 190. And right now, until they change it, under 3.5 is plus 120. Dan, the numbers are kind of crazy. They're working us in a certain way. What do you think about that, and who do you have winning?
I think everybody thinks this is going the distance. I don't think a lot of people think either of these guys are going to either tap out or get knocked out, because neither of these guys really ever have.
Yep.
Well,
Makhachev
Makhachev did.
Out and subbed.
Makhachev got knocked out also. So I mean,
yeah. But still, it's been a long time, people.
In the UFC, sorry, in the UFC.
No, you're good. I wasn't trying to correct you or anything, brother. I'm not that good.
But I don't see much of a difference. There's a little difference because Makhachev's better than Belal Muhammad. But I think this fight goes the exact same way as the Belal Muhammad fight did.
Yeah.
I got JDM winning by decision, and still.
Woo! Oh, this fight has everybody twisted, everybody on it. That's why I brought up the money, the knockout and points, because I just rather play that. I probably knockout and points on the JDM side. He's not going for a submission. You talked all about those boxing skills. We talked about where he came from. We talked about how hard he is, how hard-nosed he is. No pun. Yeah, I just
how crooked nosed he is. How crooked nosed he is.
He's in a and this, you could just play those 2 bets. You're covered on the JDM side. Run over to the Islam side. That's why I really like even Islam side. Get over to the I love that bet with the JDM points and the Islam Makhachev sub prop, that special prop at plus 190. I really like that. That's really like a nice kind of bet that you can see either fighter getting, because one can go to distance and get the points. Who cares about the knockout? And do that. So there's a lot of fun bets to play with these fights, and that's why I just wanted to bring out a few of the fun bets tonight and trying to add, because some of the minute finishes, yeah, I'm trying to be badass too and trying to be like, look at that 3rd minute, 3rd round, 2nd round, look at that, bang, 2,800, right? Trying to be that guy too, but at the same time, we're also trying to be safe. Dan pulls out a lot of safe. Man, I came into tonight a JDM fan. If this bites us both, then it bites us both. I'm going to go JDM. I just love that this is one underdog that I want to see win. And it's not anything about it, even though I used the Star Wars reference, and that's most likely going to happen. I'm still going to say that there's hope. A new hope. And
I see where you went with that.
A new hope. And if JDM can be the new hope for the welterweight division and beats Makhachev, then maybe Makhachev and Muhammad wrestle. Maybe Makhachev and Brady go at it. Maybe Morales and Makhachev. Who knows? With this division, the matchups are endless. And this fight is going to be endless, man.
Oh, man. This fight is so hard to pick, man.
It is.
I love both these fighters. If you watch the show, everyone knows I love the Dagestani fighters.
Yeah.
But Boxer's got a special place in my heart, man. And
yeah, he's the boxer. If one of us was actually, that's why we just need a wrestler sometimes to come in so he can take the wrestlers all the time. But we're over here, we're just strikers. And you have the wrestling background, though. You got the wrestling.
I did wrestle. I wrestled from the time I was 10 until high school, senior in high school. So
Type of wrestling that I like to do is consist of like superstars, like that pussy ass dude. Yeah, it's not the Macho Man. It's all the other guys that used to wear the fanny pack. It's a little too late to talk, but he's up here having a beer with me. Yeah. But at the same time,
I was giving it like a half one there. Dude,
no, the guys in the Zumbas and the muscles, and I know what you're talking about.
We got it. All right, it's time for the DFS play of my lineup of the week. This is DK. We're gonna roll up in, bang. Let's hit the DFS hero one first. Actually, no, I hit that. We're gonna say my lineup first. Protez, Wellmaker, Wheelie, JDM, Morales, and Sasukev. Did I say that right? Sasukev. Yeah, Sasukev. I got that. I love that lineup. I love that. That's everybody I love. Yeah, of course I got JDM and Wheelie in it. It's because of pricing, people. There's just things. There's going to be other DFS lineups, and you can catch that in the Dr. Rota's only Discord. But those are all the people I love, and I don't care if they're that. Now, when we run over to DFS Hero and hit the optimizer, we got Angela Hill. We talked about that. Chappie Mariscal. We got Makhachev, Doskis, Camilio, and Shevchenko. So literally the optimizer is going against what I went with. Of course, I'm going to have Shevchenko and Makhachev in a lineup. And now that you have that lineup, you have it. But because you have to pay up for all those fighters, they had to go cheap with Mariscal and Doskis, which that's going to be a great fight too with GM3, Doskis and GM3. And then the Camilio fight. Now the Camilio fight, he's fighting Vyacheslav Borshev. There's a chance for Vyacheslav to win that fight. So I will say you got your safe Middle East. You got Angela Hill. Straight boss, probably going to distance, chance to win. And then you got your retaining champion and you got your new champion. How do you think about that lineup? You like it?
I like that lineup, man. I like that lineup. DraftKings will not let me log in to give you my lineup. I didn't write it down. I had it on DraftKings. My phone won't log in.
Well, I got it. Why don't you give me 3 fighters you think are going to win?
I'm going to go Cortez. I want to go Wellmaker.
Boom. Got it.
And I'm going JDM.
JDM. Get those savings. Those are the 3 guys that you think are going to win for sure. So that's going to right there. That leaves you with 91.33. So you're up around Suricave, who is 9,800, the most expensive guy. You got Bo Nickel at 9,100.
No, let me get the guy he's fighting though.
Vieira 7,100.
So you
want to go Suricave then?
Yeah, why not?
He's fighting Eric Monaco.
Yeah, why not?
All right, you got 10,000 for everybody. You could go Fatima Klein. She's 95. That's against Angela Hill, of course. That gives you that. You want that?
No.
Or Blanchfield, Prates, Saint Denis.
How much is Brady?
Brady's 85. You
Can
have
I get him?
$2,000 left over. Yep, you have $2,000 left over with all 6 filled.
Nice.
I love it.
I'll take it.
Cortez, Wellmaker, JDM, Vieira, Cave, and Brady. I think I learned that name through this episode. He's going to be a big guy. I won money with him on the Dana White Contender Series, whatever it was. I think it was that. Yeah, I took too many head hits the other day, dude. I got jacked up yesterday. My hands are still like hurting, but not hurting, like puffed, because I was fighting at a high level yesterday, man. So
nice.
I love that lineup. All right, let's get to the parlay of pain, and then we'll get out of here. We got Cave. I just killed it. Knockout and sub, -360. This parlay of pain is not going to come up money-wise as a lot when you see at the end. But again, round robin. I was 4-1 last week. The round robin returned everything extra money that I needed to. And then, of course, the 7-leg parlay that was in the Dr. Roto Subs Only Discord that had a positive 28,000 was 5-7 with those fighters winning. But it was just a wrong decision. That's how I got it so high. So, leg 2. So that puts the leg 1, -360. Leg 2, Doskus, no distance. Sorry, GM3. But hey, if you can get a choke out, go for it.
Dukakis. Taking Dukakis.
Yeah. I'm taking Dukakis. Dude, I think he can do it. I don't trust him, though. I don't trust him. But I'm throwing that fight to go no distance. That way I got both of them covered. Because I just want to, somebody needs to get wrecked in that fight. So I don't care who it is.
They both suck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like
suck.
whatever. It's like last week's card, but that was a whole card. Wellmaker, no distance. Whoever he fights, no distance. If no distance is bad, go to Subs Only Discord. We'll get that changed out for you. I already have 36 bets in for this, so it don't even matter at this point. -230 brought up the parlay of pain to +161. Prates, knockout for both fighters, is a +100. Brought up that parlay of pain, a 4-leg, for a +422. Morales, no distance, is a +108. That gives you both action on both fighters. It's a +987 for a 5-leg. Maybe it's a little chintzy on it, but you should be able to get a 3-2, 4-1, or 5-0 from this parlay of pain so that you'll be able to cash across the board. But of course, the Wellmaker fight being changed like that does change up a little bit of how that would pay out. But again, you just got to get the Subs Only Discord because I wrote this whole thing up. Things change, and that's just the way it goes, man. I love it, man. You're excited, aren't you?
Oh, man, I can't wait for this. I can't wait till Saturday. It's going to be a great card.
Yeah, man. You guys got the Bengals this week too. The Steelers, that is. Yeah, I think you guys are gonna win this one. I think you're gonna win. You're getting the macho pick.
If they could cover somebody at all in the secondary.
Yeah, at anybody.
I mean, since that game, the defense has been playing pretty good. The defense has been playing pretty good. It's just the offense that has not been scoring.
Yeah, or creating bad mistakes at the wrong time. Muff punts or just, knocking a ball up in the air, creating an interception now. That's why they got to get to the running game. That's why they got to get to Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren can exploit the league's worst defense, so that'll help them at least get into that mode. I agree. That's why I love it, man.
Who the Rams got this? Who's the Rams got this week?
Seattle in L.A. This is for
that's a tough game. That's a tough game.
I agree. As a Rams fan, but right now the Rams are just blowing the doors off of people. Now I know JSN for Seattle has been on a roll, but I still gotta say, man, this is still Sam Darnold. Dude, he's had some good games, but he hasn't faced a pass rush like the Rams yet.
They played the Steelers.
You guys haven't played like that front line at the Rams, like not even verse.
Oh no, the Steelers defense is not playing great. So, but yeah, the Rams defense is unreal this year.
And that's because people are focusing on Jared Verse, and it's allowing Byron Young to actually perform. The addition of Nate Landman to the linebacker core was good. And then Omar Space actually stepped up for once, but I don't like Omar Space in space. If that makes sense. I think he takes bad angles. He's still young. I love our secondary. Kitchens, Curl. We play it good, but that brings me back to you guys. You guys had a lot of injuries in that last game. And at that game, Jalen Ramsey didn't know what to do because he was literally the only guy out there.
Yeah.
Only guy.
Him and Joey Porter. That's it. Him and JPJ.
Yeah, and even Porter got banged up in that game. He had to come out for a minute. So, and we were talking about this a couple weeks ago when I said you need to move Ramsey to the safety position. They moved him to full safety. Perfect. Yeah. I think he had 8 tackles. I think he had 8 tackles last game because, that right there alone just lets you know that if you guys made the right move, but we need those guys, the corners. We need Slay. We were bitching about Slay and what he did. And then he gets injured in that game.
Good, because we just signed, what's the corner that we just signed? Hold on.
I missed that.
Steelers.
UFC. If you want to look that up, I'm also going to look up. I'm gonna look that up right there, Ramses, because I just gotta say it, man. Because whatever. I definitely know I got it. Boom, 8 tackles. That's your IDP hero. You can get that at Dr. Roto. Use code WIN. You get a percentage off your thing.
Oh yeah, Steelers just signed Asante Samuel Jr.
Oh snap! Okay, so that is help. But that also says that you guys have some secondary problems with that team coming in. You guys got to get to them. Got to get to the line.
Darius Slay, because Darius Slay is terrible. And he was great. His career was great, but he lost more than a step when he came here.
What's also funny is right now the Jets are beating the Patriots. That's hilarious.
I hope that happens.
Justin Fields, 5-yard rushing touchdown. Love it. All right, Dan, we're going to see each other Saturday. It's been fun. Is there anything you want to, before we head out of here, you want to talk about?
No, I'm good, man. I'm tired.
That work. This is the first one we haven't mentioned work till the end.
I know. I'm tired. It's been a long week.
Cheers, my brother.
Cheers,
Have a great day, everybody. And always remember to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah. Thanks again, Dan. Woo!
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well